Hey there, everybody. Obviously, I'm Daniel Meyer. You guys know who I am, but I'm here with Maddie Barrington, and this is an opportunity to get to know her. She's going to be our summer intern. And you guys remember Caitlin Dickey last year, maybe, or Dana Simpkins the year before. I had high school interns before that. And so now here we are, summer 2020, COVID-19. Plans have changed. Maddie was probably going to join us. We were recording this about noon on May 18th. Maddie was going to join us back in probably a week ago. And that's not the case. And so we're hopeful maybe she can come later. We'll talk about that more in a minute, but we thought this would be a great way to get to know her. And so we're recording on Zoom for the first time. So if this doesn't work, then we just wasted our time, but that's okay. Maddie, why don't you just start? Who are you? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school? Just maybe share about that, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so my name is Maddie Barrington, like Daniel said earlier. I'm currently in my hometown of Pawnee, Illinois. It's about 30 minutes south of Springfield, about an hour and a half north of St. Louis area. So growing up, I would go to St. Louis for a weekend trip quite often, or to go shopping or do whatever to get out of a little small town in Springfield. I went to college. I'm a senior plus at Concordia University, Chicago. Go Cougars! I'm studying to be a director of Christian education and Lutheran education teacher. So this next year and a half after the summer, I will be student teaching and doing an internship at another church somewhere in the U.S., hopefully. But other than that, I don't know what else to say about myself.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So do you want to explain that? So we have a DCE intern now, Naomi Moon, the people know. She came after her fourth year. She did 4 years at Concordia, Nebraska. She graduated. And she now is doing her internship. She'll complete her internship. They have a little different situation. Her husband's at the seminary. He's sticking around our church another year, and then they're going to go off to vicarage. But anyways, explain dual certification. A lot of us obviously may be familiar with 4 years of college, but what is the process that you're going through? You kind of highlighted it, but if you just maybe could be more specific.
Yeah, most definitely. Sometimes I'm used to right now being in the Concordia mindset that when I talk about it, people generally know what I'm talking about. So I apologize. Okay. So I am what is called a dual certification. So when I graduate, I will be certified as a director of Christian education, but also as a private and public education school teacher. So I can teach middle grades, social sciences. I actually just got my student teaching placement in Florida at St. Luke's. So that's super exciting. I'll be going there in August. But how it works at Concordia, since my majors are in education and in director of education, before I can graduate and walk across the stage and get my certifications and diploma, I have to complete a half year of student teaching at a school and then a year-long internship. And then once all that is completed and they say I passed and I can actually do the things I've been studying for 4 years, I get to graduate.
No, and that's exciting. A lot of hard work. I look back and if I would do it again, I probably would have gotten both. I was lazy and I was tired of school and I just wanted to go off. But if I could have spent, one semester and had a teaching degree too, and may not have ever used it. But we're now, like, if I would get a teaching degree, even just like a bachelor's in teaching would take me like at least a year to get, and do all that, where I could have just, done all that then, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see here. Tell us about your family.
Yeah, so I have two wonderful parents, Hank and Amy. They've been married for, I think it's 25 years this summer, which is really exciting. My sister and I have been planning a party that we now don't get to hold because of the coronavirus. So we're going to have all our big extended family come and celebrate that. But we'll do it next year and just postpone it. But yeah, so they've been married for 25 years. I have a younger sister named Abby, and an older sister named Morgan, and then a nephew named Lincoln. He is one of my favorite people in the whole entire world. He is so much fun and so cute. You can ask me more about him and I will show you all the pictures. And And then we have 3 dogs in our house. So we have a little animal pack that my friends like to call them. But growing up, we moved around a lot. So my family is extremely close. We share just about everything with each other. Are very supportive of each other, to the point that my sister and I are both going into church work. And my parents are extremely supportive of our choices in that, and couldn't be happier in that. They raised us in the church. As long as I can remember, I was at church on Sunday. They would take us, make it a priority. So they've been great models and in the faith and what that looks like, both as a couple and then as individuals. So that's a little bit about my family.
No, that's great. That's great. So what's like the best thing you've ever done in St. Louis?
Best thing? Oh gosh. Probably the Ark. It's so cheesy, but
Sure.
I mean, other than what, I didn't grow up there, so I don't know what there is other outside of like the touristy things.
Have you been to the city? Have you been to the City Museum?
Yes, I have actually. Yes,
Oh,
my
okay.
time last summer. I completely forgot about that. That was
I was
so
gonna say,
cool.
if we can do a youth event there and you haven't been there, oh my gosh.
But that day the like top floor, like the
roof
very
was open.
top, the roof wasn't open, and
Oh, it
that was
wasn't
like the
open.
reason why we went, was we wanted to go see it, and it wasn't open, and I was like, well, dang it.
Yeah, it's only open like during the summer months, but I've only been up to the roof once, and I've been there maybe half a dozen times. But no, very cool, very cool. I like to eat. I don't speak for you, but what is your favorite sit-down restaurant and favorite fast food restaurant?
Okay, favorite sit-down restaurant. This is where my Chicago is gonna come out from living there 4 years. I love Illuminati's Pizza or Pizzeria.
It's okay.
It's downtown Oak Park.
No, I laugh. So our preschool director,
Uh-huh.
she'll watch this. I'll have to tell her to watch it. But she's from Chicago, so she's a huge like deep dish.
Okay. But that is the biggest thing I've missed since I've left Chicago. I was gonna try to make my dad to make deep dish pizza homemade, but we couldn't find any yeast, so that didn't happen. But so that's probably my favorite sit down restaurant. And then my favorite fast food restaurant, hands down, is Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I spend way too much money there. I eat there more than I should, but I love it so much.
Well, if we get you here to St. Louis, have you had Emo's Pizza?
I have not, actually.
You'll have to. That's like it's like cardboard and there's like nothing to it. Some people don't like the cheese that aren't from St. Louis and stuff, but we'll have to have you have that. And then I'll take you to Lion's Choice.
Okay.
I don't know if you like roast beef, but it's like a roast beef place. Like it's like Arby's, but it doesn't taste like Arby's.
Okay.
My wife over here, she doesn't care for it, but it's one of my favorite places. But we got some other places we could take you.
Definitely willing to try.
Have you had Ted Drew's?
No, I have not. See, when my family and I would go down to St. Louis, we wouldn't like.
We would go to the wrong places.
What we were doing. But like, we weren't eating out apparently.
Hey, it's, when you have a family of kids, it gets expensive. You can't always do everything.
That is true.
Trust me, I know. All right. Kind of lightning round, maybe. Favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. What kind of purple? We talking like a dark purple? We talking more of a lavender?
That's hard. Probably more like a lavender. I like the paler side.
Okay. Fun fact about me, I actually like dark purple is like my least favorite color, but I won't hold that against you. Let's see here. What was the best class you took at college?
Hands down, world religions.
Okay.
It was with my favorite theology professor, Dr. Corzine. I had him his first semester teaching, and so got to know him that way because he came from South Africa teaching at a college down there. So the culture there is that the professors really, really get to know the students because their campuses are much smaller than ours. So, but in world religions, he had more experience in teaching us and knew us already. And so was able to kind of just make the course something he knew that we all would enjoy and be interactive. And then the end of the semester, he invited us to his home, and we got to sample foods from his wife. She's from Switzerland, her country, and then other countries that we had studied and the religions that went with them. So it was just a really, really cool course.
Sure, it sounds like it. All right. What else do I like to ask? A little rusty. I haven't done a lot of home visits lately. But, this is one of my favorite questions. This is like my favorite question. This will tell me a lot about you. Are you pants and short sleeves or shorts and long sleeves?
Can I answer both? Because I've definitely worn both combos.
Yeah. You got to pick one.
Pants and short sleeves, I guess.
Okay. That is helpful to know. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay. What else? This is a great question. This is a great home visit question.
Okay.
You have to be stuck on a desert island for 1 month with only one of your family members. Who are you picking?
This is hard.
Exactly, that's the point.
My family doesn't watch this. Probably my sister, just because.
Older, younger?
Younger sister, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, my younger sister, Abby, just because we're used to being stuck with each other for a extended period of time. We used to live in the same room before we moved to where we are now, so like it's kind of the same thing.
Sure.
But yeah, so my younger sister, Abby.
Okay. We can't get to every question today, and people probably don't want to watch a 4-hour video of me at least. What do you like about youth ministry? Why go into that kind of career? And what interested you about maybe just trying to do the summer internship at our church and that kind of thing?
So what I love about youth ministry is youth, whether they're junior high or high school, they still have that childlike faith we see in like the little kids that you see in Sunday school and that are younger than them, but they're really starting to try to like figure out what does their faith mean to them, and like what does the Bible like actually say and mean outside of the big stories that they heard about growing up. And they want to get to know more people who are Christian and have the same faith, and to be able to be a person that can come in and say like, hey, like I want to get to know you. I wanted to talk with you about Jesus and help you figure this out, I think is really, really cool. And it just makes me really, really excited because I had those people in my life when I was their age. And so to be able to carry that on and do it for someone else is really exciting. And then everyone needs someone that outside of their parents, I think, that can say, I care for you, I love you, I'm here for you. And to be able to be that person to someone else, I hope I get to do, whether at Christ Memorial or at a future church that I serve at. And then kind of why I wanted to do it at Christ Memorial. I haven't heard anything but good things about this church. Actually, the associate director of my program, Kevin Borchers, told me about this internship, and he said, I really, really want you to apply because I think you would be really, really good, and I think this church would teach you a lot about youth ministry, and they have some really, really great people. So that was kind of who pointed me in that direction, and then the more I did Facebook and like Google and kind of stalk the church. In a sense, I wanted to know, get my own feel for the place outside of just visiting. And I just saw the things that y'all were doing, and I thought it was so cool. And you guys really have a community of disciples who love Jesus and love others and serving others. And I just really wanted to be a part of that. So, yeah.
Well, and everybody watching this will go, and you even saw my stuff and still wanted to come. So I'll just beat our group to it. But cool. Well, let's get you out here on this question. And obviously there'll be other opportunities to get to know you this summer and share more about you. But should ask this maybe sooner. But what hobbies do you have?
Hobbies. I love to read. I'm an avid reader. If when I'm not working on schoolwork, which is a lot now. You can usually find me reading a book. And then I also love to watch movies with my family. Big Marvel, Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, it's hard to find a movie I haven't watched that I don't like, but there are a few. So those, but doing that with others and then talking about them, I really, really enjoy. And then I also love hammocking. That was something I found in college, that I just like taking my hammock and go sitting in God's creation and kind of looking around and seeing what's in the world. So.
No, that's great. I think that's like a your generation type thing. The hammocks are big,
Yeah.
One of the youth that's now actually DCE from our church, Jan Steinbrook. I know she's big into that as well. And we'll try to work and click through all those movies. I'll admit I'm just not. Don't hold this against me, but I'm one of the few that's just not really into Harry Potter and that kind of stuff. But I do like Fast and Furious, but maybe that doesn't do anything for you. So it's okay. we don't have to be the same in everything, and that's actually the whole point of this internship, is to get a different face, a different voice, get someone else that God is working through, doing amazing things, to come learn and grow in our setting, but then also bless us and connect with youth. And I know there's some youth that sometimes when I maybe say something, it doesn't mean that much, and that's okay. Where maybe you're going to come and you're going to have that opportunity to share maybe your faith story or help talk to them about their life. And so I'm just super excited to try to make this work virtually. And so just a quick kind of, what is this going to look like for Maddie to get going here? She's going to start off trying to do some virtual home visits with some students. She's going to be joining our D30 Wednesday night high school group. And we're just going to take it a step at a time here, since we don't totally know the future. Here on May 18th, St. Louis County's kind of opened back up, but I know at church we're not looking to be super aggressive with that. And hey, we're not going to be able to do a youth event this Friday, so we'll do things virtually for the time being. But if we can make it, or Maddie comes for a week, the whole month of July, however we can work and do that. I know originally we were going to have a host family for her. It was something with everything going on I never really fully pursued. I had a few names in mind, but there's a family out there that if it would work out to do that, if they're interested in thinking and considering that option, I think that would be cool to maybe start that dialogue. Just as we get closer, we could firm up details if that's at all possible. And if it's not safe and it's not something that we're able to do, that's going to be okay. And last thing we want to do is create just not the right environment for whether it's youth events or Maddie staying in a host family. So we'll work through this as best we can, a step at a time. So Maddie, thanks for jumping on here. Thanks for our summer intern. Thanks for I know you will be working hard, getting to know youth and making an impact this summer, as we all kind of, I think, wonder and wrestle with, God, what's going on, with life right now, and adjusting to new normals and new changes. So very cool. Well, we'll be in touch, getting more information and getting you guys connected to Maddie. And so here's just a way to get to know her. So thanks for watching, and we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.